Journalist Jeremy Scahill went on CNN to discuss what's happening in Syria, and he decided to take a chainsaw to their face.
Jeremy, I think there is awareness of what's been going on in Syria, but for some reason maybe people are desensitized. What is your view of the coverage?
Well, first of all, let's look at this in the big picture. Donald Trump has given greater latitude to the military to conduct strikes with almost no regard for civilians. Just in the month of March, Brian, U.S. and allied forces have killed more than 1,000 civilians in Iraq and Syria, according to the nonpartisan independent group Air Wars. Trump is funneling weapons and intelligence to the Saudis that are being used to utterly destroy Yemen at this point. The United States has been engaged militarily in Syria for several years now, both in the form of special operations forces and increasingly conventional boots on the ground, but also just scorched earth bombing, particularly since Trump took office. And I have to say, Brian, that Arwa Damon is a fantastic reporter. I have great respect for her. But I think when we talk about this, CNN needs to immediately withdraw all retired generals and colonels from its airwaves. You know, Fareed Zakaria, if that guy could have sex with this cruise missile attack, I think he would do it. Brian Williams seemed to just be in true love with the cruise missile strike and in a despicable way invoking Leonard Cohen's name. I mean, the media coverage has been atrocious, particularly, and this is across the board on every network, particularly when the strike is happening. It's like they're in awe of the cruise missiles. And look no further than Hillary Clinton, Bill Kristol, and Donald Trump once again being on the same team when it comes to these kinds of wars. The elite of both parties just all get in line, and they absolutely love a cruise missile strike.
Hot diggity damn, Jeremy. Hot diggity damn. So first of all, random side note here. I feel like a dick for saying this, but I think it's true. Man, Scahill's aging. I think the stress of all the shit he's been through. I mean, he did that amazing movie where he went to Somalia and he went to talk, you know, Pakistan and Yemen. He went to talk directly to the people who've had family members just obliterated by U.S. drone strikes, and, you know, these people were innocent, and he's immersed himself in this on a daily basis, probably even more than me, and I'm immersed in it 24/7, and it's catching up. Oof, it's catching up. So, Jeremy, man, give yourself a little treat day. Go to a spa, get some sort of mask that purifies the pores or something. Because, man, it's catching up to you. But anyway, so apart from Jeremy Scahill's looks, which is wholly irrelevant, yeah, he's 100% right on every point he made there. So this idea, like the fact that the media is buying into the framework of, well, but Trump says he's trying to protect civilians. That's why he did what he did in Syria. That's what. Okay, but you have to do just the teeniest amount of research to debunk that. Literally one Google search will debunk that. Trump doesn't care about civilians. He said during the election, we have to take out their families. We have to take out their families. So saying, let's kill the families of ISIS. Grandmas, grandpas, aunts, toddlers, babies. Hey, we got to take out their families. What are you going to do? This is the guy who said that. This is the guy who, in his first raid, killed an 8-year-old American girl. 30 civilians died in his first military raid. It was a raid that Obama didn't approve because Obama said, hey, man, this is too, this is a little too up in the air. And Obama wasn't really a stickler for civilian casualties either, so you know it was bad intelligence on that. Never mind the 200 civilians that the U.S. just killed in Mosul in an airstrike. So the list goes on and on. Virtually every strike Trump has done has killed civilians. There's been a 432% increase in drone strikes as well. So it just takes a little bit of research to find out that this guy doesn't care about that. He's arming Saudi Arabia as Saudi Arabia massacres civilians in Yemen and does a blockade of Yemen where now 17 million people are on the verge of starvation. So they're going to pretend like, oh, he carries chemical weapons or, just violating the norms. Well, then why are we giving chemical weapons to Saudi? They use white phosphorus. Why have we given it to Israel? Israel's used that in Gaza. So it's just pathetic. They're supposed to fact check and give you information in the media, and they're just doing wall-to-wall propaganda. Like Jeremy was alluding to there, Fareed Zakaria said, this is the moment he became president, Donald Trump, for doing an attack. Brian Williams said, these missiles are beautiful. The missile strikes are gorgeous. And that's, this is why Scahill said that Fareed Zakaria, it sounds like he want to have sex with the missile. He would have sex with the missile if he could. Yeah. Brian Williams probably would have a threesome with the missile and a tank or something. That joke did not land. But what you're seeing here is you have the military-industrial complex, but now part of that complex is the media. Because like Jeremy alluded to, you have people who are retired colonels, retired generals who now come on the airwaves and give their opinion like they're, it's an expert's opinion, but you do a little digging and you find out they're all on the payroll of defense contractors. So they're always going to be for more war because they make more money if there's more war, and they want those contracts from the government. They're looking out for their companies that are paying them. So this is a really, really sick system that we have set up here. And Jeremy Scahill absolutely ran roughshod and called out all the bullshit, which is why he probably won't be let back on CNN anytime soon.